Regular season game under your belt. What were your emotions like Sunday?
Honestly, they were better than I thought they were going to be going into it. Once the ball got kicked, I was on that first kickoff, so I got that first hit in, and everything kind of settled down as the game went on, and my teammates were helping me too. So it was fun. It was mostly fun, a little bit of nerves, but not too much.
Well, I mean, it's football. You've been
Yeah.
doing this. Like, it feels natural to you. And you've played in some big games in college, like the Rose Bowl and stuff. Like, does it feel, how does an NFL game compare to that, I guess?
I can't really put a specific word on it, but I feel like in college there's so much like pageantry and stuff that goes on for the game, especially at Notre Dame, like the,
traditions.
everything grotto and then all the other stuff touched on Jesus. But I feel like it's so like business and take care of work oriented
Yeah.
at the NFL level that you're so locked in on stuff like that, and it almost makes it more like more enjoyable when you actually win and perform.
I'll be interested to see if you still feel that way after a home regular season
maybe.
game with the intros and everything, like
Right.
the first time you run out of the tunnel. But that's an interesting point. I hadn't thought about that. So, I mean, you come into this secondary group that has so much depth. Obviously, unfortunately, we lost Kyle Fuller Sunday, but still just a really strong group. How has it been for you as a rookie kind of learning from those vets in that group?
It's been great, and honestly, getting drafted to a team that has such a great group of guys that are proven in the league, and it allows me time to learn and kind of not come in and feel like I have to do everything at once.
Sure.
They give me some leeway and making mistakes and stuff like that with Marcus and Chuck and Marlo, everybody in the secondary, MP, and just learning from them every day makes me a better player.
That's awesome. And there's some good personalities in
sure.
that group too.
For sure.
Raymond Sanders, remember you can comment your questions for Kyle below and he'll be answering those. And speaking of personalities, Marlon put you on blast a little bit this week about your yeah, we get that about your apartment. Any furniture companies hitting you up after that one?
So that's the thing. My actually am getting my washer and dryer delivered today.
Okay.
So I've been doing laundry here at the facility. The past
Nice perk.
I don't want to say how long I've been doing that for, but it's coming today. But no, it kind of blew up like all over social media for some reason. But I just had my beanbag in my living room and then my TV, and
Simple
I was
guy.
chilling on it. And but I do have furniture on the way.
Okay.
It'll be here.
It's good to know everyone can
Yeah.
take a sigh of relief there, and I'm sure the facility is probably glad you won't be doing your laundry
Right.
here. All right, we'll take this fan question from Kenny Miles on Facebook. He wants to know, are you a crab cake guy or crabs now?
Crab. I've always been a big crab guy. Don't most crab cakes have like mayo in them or something like that?
It's like breading. I mean, you can put mayo on it.
Oh, okay. Well,
they have
I
mayonnaise?
haven't had many crab cakes, to be honest.
Okay.
But I do love crab, like king crab.
Like
snow
picking crabs?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. We'll get you on the crab cake things. I don't have to look up that mayonnaise thing. I'm not really sure.
The ones in the cafeteria have mayo or something on them.
Oh,
so I
it
just
says
leave
like
them
dairy.
alone.
Okay, yeah. Egg. I think it's egg.
Maybe.
This
I
is
don't know.
really
I'm
embarrassing.
Picky. I'm picky.
All right, from Carolyn, how does it feel to play with Lamar?
It's challenging, one, from our side of the ball, because he's so versatile. He has a great arm, obviously can run, and but at the same time, it's helpful
Sure.
going against Lamar every single day and trying your best to get used to playing against him. But then you go out there on Sundays, and it's easier to play against quarterbacks that aren't him. So
Right.
he helps us a lot for sure.
How do you think like other NFL teams, like the Dolphins this week, if you were them, like how would you try to prepare for Lamar in practice? How do you like replicate that?
That's above my pay grade. I would say hopefully just keep contained as much as you can,
Yeah.
but then he steps up in the pocket and takes off, or he can step up and bomb it down the field like he did the bait last week. So it's definitely tough to game plan for, and I'm glad that's not my job.
Yeah, I get that. From Don DeMello on YouTube, he wants to know, what's your pregame meal? What you eating before the game?
Pre-game meal. Honestly, it's usually like spaghetti with marinara sauce and then like a little 8-ounce steak. Like
That's not
6-ounce
too
steak.
heavy.
Nothing. I've
Even
been doing it
for
since college.
1 p.m. game. So you're eating that at like 8 a.m.?
It's funny. We played like noon games in college, so breakfast, quote unquote breakfast, was at like 8:30, 9, and they would have breakfast and lunch, but I would just always eat the steak. So I mean, like a 9 o'clock steak. Still good though.
Whatever works for you. It is funny, like when you're on the road, like walking into the cafeteria, the little meal room at the hotel, and like all the random food at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's not
everything's
what
in
you
there.
would think.
Yeah.
From Will Matheny on Facebook, he wants to know what your goals are for this season.
First and foremost, as a team, I think we're capable of winning a Super Bowl. I feel like that's been the goal here for a long time and forever will be. Me personally, just improve every single game, and just excited to see where that takes me. But obviously, I have stuff to improve on from the first game that I'll hope to do in the second game, and I'm sure there'll be some stuff in the second game I can improve on. So it's just stacking games, stacking days, and just become the best player I can be my rookie year.
100%. Is there a certain opponent you're most excited to face?
Not necessarily. I don't think. Steelers. That's gonna be a cool game. Obviously, it's a rivalry. I love playing in rivalry games. Just feels different. So that would probably be one of them.
Harbs always says that you're not truly a Raven until you beat the Steelers. So
Hopefully
that always gives me chill. Twice this year, yeah. This is from Floto on YouTube. They want to know what's the most exciting part of your NFL journey to this point.
Most exciting part, probably the draft. Honestly, it just was a culmination of everything that has led up to that point, and obviously got me to this point now, being in Baltimore. But that whole process is so grueling and stressful. Just to know where you're going to be at, know who you're going to be playing with, is pretty rewarding. And obviously the draft, having my family there, that was probably the best part.
It's a really special moment for sure. This one from Micah on YouTube will kind of put you on the spot a teeny bit.
I like it.
Who is your best friend on the team?
Ooh, best friend on the team. I feel like me, Gino, and Marlon, and Tony Jefferson, who's obviously not with us anymore. He's still alive, but he's on the Giants. But we would always hang out, and Marlon would have us over and stuff like that. So we kind of made a little group. But TJ, wish you luck in New York. We miss him. And, probably those guys.
That's awesome. It's a good group to come into too. Very welcoming for sure. Who was your favorite football player growing up?
Michael Vick in Atlanta. Obviously, I'm not a Falcons fan. Never really grew up a Falcons fan. Not just saying that because I'm on the Ravens now. I never was really a Falcons fan, but I was a Michael Vick fan when he was on the Eagles and the Falcons, obviously. So he was a legend on the video games too, on Madden. So probably Michael Vick.
Kind of cool that you're playing with Lamar now too,
exactly.
Because so many comparisons have been drawn there. So you weren't a Falcons fan. Were you a specific team fan or just kind of players?
I grew up an LSU fan, so I'm actually a big Odell fan too. So I've been watching him since college. I was at the games and stuff when he was at LSU. So
that's awesome.
I was never really an NFL fan though.
Death Valley is
it's crazy.
Up there for sure. This is from Casey Pote on Facebook. What former safeties do you model your game after?
I would say there's a few. Ed, obviously, is just so instinctual and makes plays that a lot of guys couldn't. Sean Taylor, he's another guy who I just feel like is a bigger guy like me, moved really well, made plays on the ball, made plays all around the field. Tyrann Mathieu, another LSU guy, obviously followed him from college to the league, and he's so smart and cerebral, but I feel like there's so many different guys out there you just take bits and pieces from. But yeah, probably those guys.
I know you got to talk with Ed on Zoom. Have you ever gotten to meet him in person?
Yeah, I actually met him in LA during the Super Bowl week.
Oh, sweet.
Because I was training for the draft out there. So I was at this event or something. He was there. Had a quick convo with him. He was on some podium, doing a speech or something, and had a cigar in his hat, and
Naturally.
It was very it was cool to meet him and talk to him.
And so that was pre-draft then?
That was pre-draft.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know. Full circle.
Yeah, that's awesome. Any pre-game rituals or superstitions from Ricky on YouTube?
I don't have many. One superstition I have is I have to turn the TV off when I leave the hotel room to go to a game. I feel like if I leave it on, my mom always told me to turn off the lights in the house, turn off the TVs when you leave because you're just wasting. So I feel like it's like a karma thing if you just leave it on, leave the lights on, because you're wasting some energy that you won't get back during the game. So
that has got to be a first. I don't think
that's
I've ever heard that one before.
Yeah.
So what if you're home too? Do you turn the TV on just to turn it off, or if it's off, it's off?
I usually have it on, and then I'll just turn off all the lights, and then that's my superstition.
Okay, to each their own. This one's from Terrell on Facebook. He wants to know, what's the wildest thing the Vets had you do as a rookie so far? You've had a lot of rookie duties, I feel like.
It's been tough. Wildest thing? I'm not sure if there's one. I'm trying to think. Marlon definitely had me do something. I forgot what it was. I don't know, just picking up the wings and stuff before the games, on the road trips. It's it's an ordeal.
Just walking in with all these bags.
You're getting like 120 wings. Like everybody has different requests and stuff. But there's something I'm forgetting, which I can't remember right now.
I remember the iPad thing, right? You
Oh,
had to
yeah.
pick up the iPads.
Yeah.
But that's...
He reimbursed me though, so I literally just had to go make a trip for him. But I forgot the case for it, and he was mad about that.
All right, from Chris Holland, what's the most unexpected part about being a pro?
Honestly, I underestimated like camaraderie within the team, because obviously in college you always hear like it's a business, like there's older guys and younger guys, guys in and out, so you're not really making quote unquote friends like that. But I don't know if it's just a Baltimore thing, but guys are so close here and it's a close knit group, and I feel like that's one thing that was pleasantly surprised by.
Yeah, I feel like the word family gets thrown around a lot, but like here, people always say you actually feel that, you know, which is awesome. All right, we'll sign off here, but any message you want to share with the fans before we leave them?
Cheer us on this weekend. It's going to be rowdy. If you're not going to be at the game, then scream at your TV or something. We'll be able to hear you from the field, but we appreciate you guys, and yeah, come out on Sunday.
First real home game as a Raven.
Yeah,
Let's
it's going to
get
be crazy.
it.
First of many, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back again with you next week.